Blog Talk Radio.
Self. They hate what they can't conquer, which is self. So ultimately, what we're actually observing is a self-hate temper tantrum. And with that, I yield the floor to you, Grand Sheik Islam.
Islam, more.
Islam. Peace, Morris. Thank you for your energy. We're going to shut the show down at 9 Eastern Standard Time, so we're going to take the next caller. Sorry, it's going to be a short show tonight, you feel me? The Grand Sheik has the other issues, and, sorry for the inconvenience, family, you feel me? So peace and love, and thank you for your energy, though.
Islam, peace and love, beloved.
Peace and love. So we're going to take the next caller. We're going to take the next caller. Go ahead and press 1 on your telephone pad. Wow, it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people, but at the same time, we could do it. Go ahead and press 1. Yeah, but go ahead and press 1 because we will shut down at 9 p.m., people. But go ahead and press 1 on your telephone pad. We're going to take the next caller. 773. What's your appellation? Where you calling from? Northwest of Maxim.
I think it's me. I'm calling from Northwest of Maxim in the Chicago Corporation. This is Mother Mari Bay. I just got on the call. I wanted to get on and say what's up to my people. I knew Grand Sheik Cujo was going to be on, and I definitely got a question for him. So we're having an event at the other salon that I'm managing, so I stepped outside real quick. Yesterday we got the keys, and tomorrow we're going to start making moves for the location that we have where we're going to be educating our people and starting our own movement here just to get the community involved and get them to understanding who they are. So what my question is how, okay, so the Prophet talked about new Moors coming with our eyes wide open, right? So I'm new to proclaiming nationality and learning and beginning to study, and I don't want to put too much on blast, but a few people who are on this call know about a situation that happened at school that I went to. And so now I'm kind of like, my main concern is the people. So what we're doing, I'm not calling it the Moorish Science Temple of America, but it's under the Moorish Divine National Movement. What I want to know is how do I lead this situation progress with Brother Devo and still try to keep the unity, because, I'm not trying to have gangs or cliques within the movement, but at the same time, for whatever reason, like Hassan was saying, you got a lot of self-hate going on and individuals who would rather see themselves succeed and thrive than see it as us as a people as a whole succeed and thrive. So how do we progress in what we're doing without that temple title? You know what I'm asking, Cujo?
Yeah. I think
so what do you suggest?
I think it's doing exactly what it is that you're doing. And from the perspective of what you're doing, it's not a store or anything like that. It's an information center. It's a library.
Well, it will kind of be a store, because what I wanted to do is, my vision is I want to get a bunch of literature off of RV Bay. I want to get a bunch of feathers. I want people to be able, because the only couple stores that people can get the feathers from are like way up on the north side. So I wanted to have all of the things that the people would need accessible to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As well as, we're going to be having shoes, canned goods, clothes, all kind of stuff for the people to come in and be able to get, the Circle 7 hats, everything right there, available for the people. So it's going to be a lot going on. And I just kind of, I don't have like a spirit of very matter-of-fact type of person. So if somebody come up on some mess, I'm going to correct them and send them on their way. But I just don't. You know what I'm saying? You see it on Facebook.
Well,
you see all the people that talk about you, and all you do is talk about the truth.
Look at it like this: if RVBA Publications was concerned with the slander of Dirty Moors, trying to stop what they're doing, they wouldn't be around still.
Right.
If Canaanland Moors paid attention to Dirty Moors and the slander that they talk about, we wouldn't have 1,200 videos. So
I get what you're saying.
Once you know that you're working for the people, Allah, Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey, Obatala, Shango, whoever, everybody's got your back. Once you're doing it for the people, once you start straying into, trying to be the provider of nationality cards for people and trying to, when there's already competent, legitimate Moors that are doing that, that's when you start getting into, shark-infested water. Because that perspective is a lane that certain opportunistic type of people gravitate in. So when people say, if somebody says, okay, Noble Drew Ali said, anybody who wants a charter, you just come get it, whatever like that, and you have a charter. And then 2016, people want charters, and somebody's telling them 500. Clearly, something's going on that is against what Noble Drew Ali presented.
Right.
But because of the whole idea of gangs and cliques and whatever like that in the Moorish whatever, certain things don't have to be expressed by name, just by actions. So people would recognize the actions and know where not to tread. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Because some people are going to see what you're doing as a threat to them, because if you're there, then people aren't going to be going to them.
Right.
Because people are starting to realize that they've been played for the past 40 years.
Right.
And people telling them that they have to pay taxes and all that stuff like that to a foreign corporation, and then they see a Devon video or something like that, and they're talking about, what do you mean you have a nationality card and you don't pay taxes? I have a nationality card and I pay taxes. There's a problem here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right? But again, once you're not mentioning nobody, then, they can't, what they going to say? You know what I mean? You're not talking about them. You're talking about their corrupt activity. And Noble Drew Ali himself said, if you want something to prosper or whatever, just put the profit up front and everything will work in your favor, no matter what it's called. Because Moorish Science Temple doesn't own Noble Drew Ali. He's your prophet, whether you're a member of Moorish Science Temple or not. So if some Moor is coming and talking about, you can't hang that picture of Noble Drew Ali in your store because you're not a member of all that BS
right.
like that, you could just tell them, oh, yeah, I am a member of Temple. I'm a member of Canaanland Moorish Temple. And that'll back them off of you because they already know who we are and how we do with people's birthright. And we have Grand Peaks and stuff like that here as well. So they can't, and we have a charter and stuff like that. So they can't play like,
so do I have your permission to, is it okay to say that you're the Grand Sheik of the establishment that we're running, that we're starting? Because at the end of the day,
let me put you on game, right? Let me put you on game just so that because it's interesting that you present it like that. Certain, let's just say, Moors who are part of Grand Major Temple in Chicago is who put me through the Adab chamber. And they don't talk crazy to Kudro like how they talk crazy to, I hear people talk, how crazy they talk with regard to Noble Drew Ali and nationality cards and all that. They don't come at me like that because they taught me. And I don't talk like how they talk. So something's definitely going on.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. I can't talk on it because I wasn't there when whatever, but I know for a fact that there's been a shift in some people. So it's not even a sense of me being the grand sheik of the whatever. All you have to do is have membership. So those people can't come at you like you're not a member.
Okay.
Which is why we opened up our temple doors to anybody that wants to be a member of the Moorish Science Temple. Because there were so many people who were going to the Moorish Science Temple and they were saying, I don't want to be a member of that because they're trying to put me back in slavery.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're like, all right, we're opening the doors for everybody and anybody. So people who are outside of Canaanland, they can be honorary members of our temple. No different than some university is going to give some actor honorary degree, and he didn't go to school there or nothing like that. He just gets a degree off the strength of, you know what I mean? We went to school or whatever. It's the same vibe. We recognize that Moors aren't Moors because they're members of the Moorish Science Temple. Moors are Moors because it's their birthday.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So they have a right to belong to the Moorish Science Temple of America. Whether they proclaimed it to this temple or not, the fact that they're a Moor and they know about their nationality and they qualify themselves as Moorish American, then they have a right to belong to a temple. You know, so once you're doing what you're doing under the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, and uplifting fallen humanity, and noble duality up front, and not trying to play leadership, whatever, with people's birthright, and have them on a leash or whatever, because you're the head of something, or you founded something or whatever like that. Have them calling you, Queen Maury and stuff like that. Then everything should be all right. Everything should be all right. Once the power, because the power is a trip. You know what I mean? The power of sitting in the seat is no different than somebody put a gun in your hand, or somebody put a yellow envelope with, notes in there in your hand. Power is crazy. It corrupts people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Islam.
Love.
Well, I hope the Grand Sheik answers your question. We about to take our last call. So thank you for your energy.
Islam, thank you.
There?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Islam. Okay. Give me a second. The colonist is playing the reindeer games, as usual. We about to take the next caller. This is the last caller. Area code 585. What's your appellation and where you calling from? And what's your question for the Grand Sheik?
This is Naeem Azrael, Northwest Mexico. Hey. Hi, Cujo, Amazight. Yeah.
Hey.
It's funny. Every time I call in, my head's like all over the place. It don't matter whether I take notes or not. But, wow. I was just basically calling in reference to, the sister that called in that talked about, like, what do we do, like, if something kicks off? And, you talked about storing stuff and all this stuff. But a lot of times I listen to and have books from Jill Pookrum. I don't know if you guys ever heard of her. Because the mind is everything. It really is. She talks about how generally disease and all that manifests in your body. So people have issues in their body that they think, taking a pill or whatnot is going to help. But if you get your mind right, then, you're pretty much there.